Sophie. This is my sister, Leah.
And this is New Mexicast.
Welcome back, everyone.
And years bring change. People grow, oh, and memories remain. Memories remain.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Memories remain. Yes, they do.
Hello and welcome to New Mexicast, my longtime video podcast or web series, which is now this weekly TV show. For this introduction of this week's episode, I wanted to stand in front of this quilt. It was created by my family and friends for my wedding more than 15 years ago. And every time I look at it, I marvel at the beautiful handiwork that people can do. And that is what this episode is all about, what people can do with their own two hands. We are also going to take a trip back in time because two of the stories were from when my family lived here in New Mexico and my little girls were very little. And one of the stories comes from a guest videographer from when my family was living on a boat. But first, we're going to head north of the Canadian border to take a look at a story about a grandmother's hidden talents. Enjoy. Welcome back to New Mexicast, everyone. People always ask me what it's like to live on 75 acres of forested land in New Mexico. Well, as you see behind me, my family's visiting from Chicago, enjoying our beautiful weather and swimming in the jacuzzi. So I can't complain about that. I'm in my backyard. This is our waterfall. And I thought I would share something with you that happened the other day to give you an idea of what it can also be like to live so close to Mother Nature. Take a look at this visitor that decided to take a dip in our waterfall. It's a huge black bear. It didn't hurt anyone, but it came up, took a swim, and went on its way with a lot of encouragement from my dog. Crazy, isn't it? I thought you city dwellers might appreciate seeing that. All right, now on to the episode for this week. When we were on our trip out to the East Coast, we went up to Canada, so this is actually going to be the first international story here on New Mexicast. We were visiting some dear friends and discovered that their mother had a hidden talent. Well, I believe that talent should not remain hidden anymore, so this one is for the kid in all of us. This high-quality New Mexicast story is brought to you by... Where are we going?
To the dentist.
What's the name of the dentist?
Is it Dr. Riachi?
Yeah.
For as long as my children have had teeth, and in fact long before my children ever existed, Dr. Galina Riachi has been our family dentist.
Yeah, we're going to look in your mouth. You want to do that? Well, have a seat with your
And once you visit Dr. Riachi and her exceptional team at ABQ Dentists, you will understand why.
Ready? Open big.
From the amazing way she puts nervous little ones and even nervous adults at ease,
Oh my God.
to the state-of-the-art dental equipment and expertise, ABQ Dentists is where you will find the smile you've always dreamed of. See for yourself at abqdentist.com. Perhaps nothing delights a little girl more than the sight of a dollhouse.
There's another lady over here who's just tried on a dress.
After all, what could be better than a home that is just her size, with tiny people, tiny furniture, and tiny toys?
This is my favorite one.
This is your favorite one?
The one that we are looking at.
Which is why Mina Kupferberg's home in Montreal, Canada is a 3-year-old's dream come true.
That's why it is my favorite one, because it has a donkey and a scooter and an outside table.
Mina has been building dollhouses for 14 years, after reluctantly accepting a dollhouse building kit as a birthday gift from her daughter.
It took me 13 months to build that house, and I did it according to instructions because I really didn't know what I was doing, so I followed, and it was like a little bit stressful because I don't like to follow. I don't even like to follow recipe. You see?
This was the end result. From the attic
See what they have there? They have chips.
to the sewing room, there is something to delight the senses at every turn.
What do you do when you go to someone's house if you want to know if they're home? What do you do?
Ring the doorbell.
That's right. Try it here. Does it work? It works.
But I don't think there's anybody home. They don't answer.
Then, while putting the finishing touches on this first house, Mina quickly realized she was hooked.
I said to my husband, you know, I have a funny feeling. It's like, what am I going to do next? Not that I didn't have anything to do, but it was a different thing, because I was doing this for myself. So he says, okay, so go buy yourself another one. And I been buying 15 houses later. I've been buying and buying.
Yes, that's 15 full houses and 16 individual room boxes that she has created, one drawer, one lamp, one plate at a time.
Now, if you notice, I have books that are on the floor. I have books that are open, because I believe that there is no house. Some things have to be a little bit out of place or on the floor to create a sense of reality.
Part of what makes Mina's houses so unique is the intricate detail that goes into every single home. For example, take a look at this potted plant that was on one of the porches. Those are real flowers dried by Mina herself and then turned into this work of art. It is such attention to detail that makes Mina Kupferberg one of the most talented dollhouse makers in all of Montreal.
My favorite one is to ring the doorbell.
And why her young guests have such a hard time choosing a favorite.
Oh, but I gotta show you another one. Come on.
But as much as the little ones admire these little things, the truth is Mina's houses aren't for kids.
None of these things are for children. They're not toys. This is the mommy and the daddy bedroom.
But they have become a great way to connect with the children in her own life.
This one I built with my grandson from California when he was 9.
Over the years, Mina's grandchildren have helped her work on the dollhouses.
I love to work with them, and I think it teaches children a sense of respect for property and patience.
And she adds a personal memento to each home she builds.
Every house has a picture of either children or grandchildren. Most of them are grandchildren. So in a way, I felt that by telling them, this is yours, everybody protects his own, and nothing got ruined so far.
But as delicate as everything is, this is no museum. To the outside observer, her homes may be masterpieces, but to Mina, they are all works in progress that she tinkers with and fine-tunes all the time.
This is my little workroom.
Until they look just like a real home, only smaller.
So there's hardly anything in real life that you do not find in miniatures.
And hardly anything you won't find in her workshop, which is filled with the most amazing miniatures just waiting to find a home.
Furniture and dolls. There's a lady from New Mexico, as a matter of fact. I don't know exactly what place. And she works at home. And crackers and grapes and like real life.
But for Mina Kupferberg, real life wasn't always picture perfect. Much of her inspiration as an adult comes from the harsh reality of her own childhood.
I grew up during the war, and life was very, very difficult. And we were always concerned about surviving from day to day. And my parents were very protective and very caring, but life was difficult. So I didn't miss anything that they could provide me with, but I missed the joy of childhood. So when I opened up my company, I called it Second Childhood. And I feel that this is my childhood that nobody can take away anymore, because I'm all big now. See the baby sleeping in the crib?
And now, thanks to that second childhood, Mina will be spreading that joy through her dollhouses for generations to come.
You know, I made all this, the curtains and the bedding. Wouldn't that be fun to have a house of your own?
In Montreal, for New Mexicast, I'm Rosalinda Román. And after seeing all of those dollhouses, the most amazing part is that Mina has never sold a single one. She says they're much too personal to look at as a way to make money. She has given one away as a door prize, but other than that, they're all right there in her home. Talk about a labor of love. Thank you so much, Mina, for letting me share your talent with the world. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the New Mexicast. By the way, we are looking for a few good sponsors, so if you want your company featured here on the New Mexicast, please send me an email at rlr@newmexicast.com. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. I'm Rosalinda Román. And coming up after the break, 2 more stories about enchanting people doing awesome things with their hands. One making beautiful music and another teaching people about fly fishing. You definitely don't want to miss those. And of course, the bloopers and outtakes. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Sophie. Hi, I'm Sophie. Hi, I'm Sophie. This is my sister Leah.
And? Okay, that's a good start. And then what?
Oh,
said
you're not
hi.
going to say you're visiting New Mexico? Okay.
Okay, take 2. You guys are going to be in the bloopers, you realize.
We're swimming.